Go, Shane.
Do you not hear it?
No. Welcome everyone, live from Yavin 4. This is Esports. Today we are going to be showcasing off the Jedi Knight Academy relay race. But join with me today to be able to shoutcast this very prominent event is none other than Sajiki and Shaforni.
Yeah, thank you, Muffin, for this nice introduction. I'm indeed Sajiki. First of all, thank you. I'm glad you guys are back from the planets. Right here, we met all on this wonderful planet. Thanks, good, safe travels, and so on. Thanks for being here with me. I'm just hyped right now. This is my favorite part of the marathon for sure. This is my personal highlight. The thing we've been doing for so long, the Jedi Academy relay race.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for that, Sajiki. It was a rough trip back from Rail, but here I am, happy to be home. So we want to mention a little bit about what this relay race is. So what you'll see is 2 teams of 5 players, and they're each going to be tackling different sections of the game. So through that, they'll essentially run through, one player is going to run through the start, one player is going to run through the next section, and we'll try to mention and highlight when those changes happen. Additionally, a really important part of this is we're going to be using something called commentary bias. What that means is we are going to be focused on we're going to highlight which team we think is better, not by how well they're doing, but how much money each of you guys donate towards the team. So once we transition over to that scene, you'll see a little bar at the bottom that shows how much money has been raised for both teams. And that will basically, give us the motivation to root for teams. You can buy us, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's, of course, Team Juanita. Am I right, guys? I love Team Juanita.
Oh, of course. They're the best.
They're clearly
Team
going
Carla,
to win.
on the other hand, complete idiots. I don't even know where they're participating today.
They didn't practice. Why didn't they practice?
I don't think they even know what Star Wars is.
Have they ever played the game before? I don't think so. But anyways, we'll find out in a minute here. But first of all, let's actually go over, Muffin, do you have maybe some stuffs prepared here?
Sure, yep. So going over to the first stat overlay, we will break down some useful information for you.
Thank you, statistical guy, for bringing up this nice statistical stuff. Thank you. Okay, so first of all, as we can see, the Jedi Academy relay race is a very eventful and traditional thing. We've been doing it at previous hackathons for a long time, ever since 2018. And as we can see, there's a traditional, I've been saying the word traditional way too many times now. But anyways, traditionally, there's an epic battle between the 2 teams. As you can see, the current score, all-time score, is 2-2. And today we're going to find out which team is going to win and increase their score to 2-2, which means they're better than the other team.
Yep.
Yeah, and clearly Team Juanita is going to win, because not necessarily because of the commentary bias, but just because it was ordained. But yeah, heading over to the next stat sheet, we're going to break down some useful information about the runs itself. Here on Team Juanita on the left, we're going to see Dogmeats with Tau, Sky, BenDee, and Builds. All of them are going to be using EB. Each of these acronyms is just sort of a bit of movement tech that we're going to be utilizing in order to maintain speed. So don't worry too much about those details. We might touch on them as we get in. And then Team Carla over on the right, we have MrLaay with Jaden Oum, as well as Abseudus, and DrMeowington raising the anchor.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, Muffin. Let me just quickly elaborate real quick here. The absolute heroes of each team, the person who has participated actually so far in every single relay race is Jaden Oum. You see him there on Team Carla, a longtime Carla member, has participated all the times, 5th appearance. On the other side, we have Build Nye, the speed guy, of course. Today participating for the 4th time, being a fellow Juanita. We also have one particular double agent, which of course wasn't the fault of the organizer, aka me, to put him in different teams, but Abseudus also participating for the 4th time. Actually, a long-time Carla member, had to spy on Team Juanita in 1 year though.
Yep, I definitely know what that's like. But yeah,
you too.
That being said, as we go through the relay race, we are going to be explaining some tech, but the focus is going to be on the runners. The runners are absolutely the star of the show, so we're really excited to showcase this off especially. It's been a long-standing tradition of Hackathon, and we're proud to bring it to ESA. So that being said, folks, we are going to take a little brief setup period, and then we are going to get the relay race started. So back over to you, Argic.
I have 4 hands.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Let's all say it at the same time.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
All right, welcome on in, everybody. Over on the left, we're going to have Team Juanito with Dogmeats going to be starting off, and then over on the left on Team Carla with MrLaay, who is going to be leading us off. And most importantly, right above the webcams, you are going to notice that donation amount for the bias. And we are tracking this live as the relay race is going to be going on. So right now, Team Juanita is up by $61. So
which is, of course, why Dogmeats, aka Godmeats, has this fantastic outfit going. Look at this webcam. This is just wonderful. I love Team Juanita. Let's go, guys.
Their costume, the other model.
We're also going to be laughing constantly because our runners, as part of Hackathon history, is we like to meme a lot. And so they have modified the games with really funny costumes and art. So we'll be pointing that out. Our runners have put in a lot of work for this, so we're excited. But that being said, our runners are ready, so I am going to go ahead and give them a countdown, and we will get started.
Man, I'm excited. This is the day where it's all going to go down. You counting down?
Yep, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Okay, so I'm interested how MrLaay is going to go stream the menu straight into the game, probably by pressing escape. There he goes. Of course, that's terrible strats. You want to have the quick load loaded up right in the beginning, right, Muffin?
Yeah, absolutely. And so as we're going to be running through this first level, we have a lightsaber, but no force powers yet. We'll be getting those a little bit later, but you're going to notice the camera moving around, and that is for our runners to build a bunch of speed, and then jumping from higher to lower ground and using some other tech, they are going to be able to maintain that.
Yeah, but in the case of Team Carla, that's also because they're constantly missing the howlers. As you could see on the right-hand side there, he was having such a struggle while we have a wonderful double kill by Dogmeats on the left-hand side. Wonderful.
Yep, and we already have such a huge gap between the players, and I mean, it's obvious. Juanita's going to win because, as you can see, the donation amount above us, way in Juanita's favor. If you want Carla to have any chance, you're really going to have to donate.
Yeah, and I like to think of myself as a pretty non-biased person, but upcoming here is going to be Yavin 2, Saji, right?
Yeah, Yavin 2. One thing I want to mention quite quickly, because we of course forgot that in the pregame show, this run we will not be able to read your donations during the run because there's so much going on. Also with the commentary bias, we'll have a separate session for that afterwards. But look at the runners. They already have push and one, and they're out of bounds right now. Ooh.
Dogmeats taking a second to take a bite of food. Very, very smart behavior by him. It's important, everyone knows this, to stay hydrated, stay, don't get famished during your run or you just won't be able to play. Genius play by Juanita here.
Yeah, that's just so smart.
Oh, actually,
a lot of relay race.
No, genius play by Carla.
Genius.
Juanita is terrible.
I mean, why did he do that? I mean, you can clearly see that the superior outfit is on the right-hand side. We have a yellow jacket, of course, all the way through. While on the left-hand side, what is this even? I mean, is this a beach outfit? Are we going to the beach here? No.
This is Star Wars.
I don't understand any of this. But over on the right, MrLaay, no surprise that they're in the lead, just simply being on the superior team. We are going to be entering our first side mission. So the way any percent works is that we get to pick 4 out of 5 side missions, letting go of the slower one, and then we are allowed to progress along with a storyline in the story missions, which the first one will be Hoth 2 after we do 4 side missions.
Yeah, and not Hoth 1. And just, by the way, quickly pointing out, what is that ridiculous outfit by Dogmeats? It's just, we're at a serious convention here, serious event, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk to him after this. I'm furious.
But
I
guys,
do want to
look on your right-hand side. Yeah, go ahead, Shaba.
No, some absolutely insane movement here. Like Muffin said, you're going to see the camera swinging around. And some things that are a bit hard to explain, but essentially, as long as the player continues to go from higher elevation to lower elevation, that's the best way for them to gain speed. And it means the route is very, very precise, and we'll see if they can do some of these long chains here. They've done a pretty good job so far.
Dude, Shaft, did you see that wonderful crouch boost on that electric rail? That's such a long chain. Lay is doing it. Is he doing the continuation? No, missing the spin glitch there. Just barely needs just quick loads back for us to get the opportunity to show the entire chain again because he's so far ahead of Dogmeats anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we already know that Carla is going to win, so just backloading was totally a fine strat, just simply because in order to win the race, we want to do segments multiple times for RNG manipulation, and Lay just having that forethought is just
and look at that.
Brilliant.
Lay going onto the bomb train, skipping the bomb train, and that allows him to do a really complicated chain here on the roof. Is he going to go for the spin? Barely getting the quick climb there. Too bad.
So
I mean,
close.
sorry,
so close.
beautiful, beautiful. Anyways, meanwhile, on the left-hand side, that's just disgusting. I don't know what's even going on there.
Why are we even... Just turn the left camera off. Don't even worry
just turn
about
it
it.
off. 4 HP,
Missing
I
the
mean,
bomb.
it's such bad health management here by Dogmeats as well.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
really... Oh, go ahead, Muffin.
That's really unhealthy, if you ask me. Like just having all this really low health.
Yeah,
but over on the right, we're going to be coming into danger. Isn't that right, Chef?
Oh, yeah, and this is one of the most exciting levels. We actually get to see a very interesting glitch here and an interesting loading screen as well. The thing we're going to see here is something called vid reset, which is if there's a certain thing you can do, console command, which is allowed, where during certain cutscenes, you're able to move around. So they're actually collecting some of these parts during the cutscene, and if they do it right, they can grab 2 parts before the level even starts, which saves a whole lot of time. We'll see how this goes. It looks like it's been a little bit of a struggle, but I mean, it's Carla. They're amazing. So
yeah, they're just amazing. I mean, they probably timed this out perfectly before the run. You can usually tell from the sound cue, which I'm unfortunately not be able to see to hear. But look on your right hand side, he picks that part up and just has enough time to flex on us by just flipping his camera around, and there we go, teleports back to the ship.
Absolutely incredible by MrLaay.
Mr.
All right.
Oh, actually, never mind.
Actually,
no.
that was terrible. What was
terrible. Dogmeats
that?
is amazing. I love Dogmeats. Hogmeats.
Dogmeats, did you see him taking a sip out of a like gallon-sized container of water in the cutscene? That was so swag.
You have to stay hydrated. It's important. How can you speedrun without it?
Yeah, I mean, like in the Tour de France or any marathon, right?
Ooh.
It's really important in order to keep your hydration up. And MrLaay almost becoming worm food. Not surprising to me. That's probably what they're going to try and do in order to garner some sympathy. But they don't deserve it.
I don't know what's going on. There's such a good RNG there. I don't know why Carla gets always such good RNG. Probably so that we can complain about it afterwards when they've lost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, the Dogmeats not turn in one of the parts.
And a great loading screen again on the right side. I do want to mention again, just to remind the viewers, we are biased towards one team currently because they have a greater donation total, which you can see right above us. And this is a relay race. This isn't a traditional race. So right now we have Dogmeats and MrLaay, but up next we will have new runners showing up soon. So we will see a bunch of different strats and a bunch of different showcases. And on the right side, we have some interesting strats going on. Sajiki, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, so don't look on your right-hand side because it's awful gameplay. But I love that level, zooming through that level with the spin crouch boost chain, now going out of bounds with that through that hole. I don't know what this cheating is. How did they even get there?
Oh, what the heck?
Is that allowed?
Now, what's going to happen next? So there's a really complicated piece of... What is he doing? Okay, well, he's going to the right place now. He's going to jam his head into the wall here. That has a specific purpose. Actually, we see a route deviation. Look on your left-hand side.
Oh, yeah, we're going to see a completely different level here. It seems like the order is just slightly different. We're going to see an amazing glitch, Muffin, if you want to explain that.
Yeah, so over on the left, eyes on the left is going to be amazing. Gripping the enemy to bring him up, waiting for the force to come back. Then, maneuvering the enemy through the air. Very, very particularly timing. These jumps are a lot more difficult than they look, and he has to chain them.
Oh my god! That is so good. I just can't believe that.
No, Juanita getting that? No, that's terrible. I'm so upset.
Oh, man.
It's 1 cent, guys. Come on. Also, Carla currently on Dust 2. Did you see the rolling screen? We're going to see the strat again here.
This is really important. Eyes on the right. So it's absolutely important that Lay gets his first try.
And he's going for a much harder setup here.
The Dust 2 skip.
Oh, Dust 2 skip coming up.
All right, only a few more jumps for Lay.
No, he gets there! That's so amazing.
Incredible.
It can't be understated how amazing that is. And I also want to mention that's a relatively new thing that hasn't existed for a super long time, which is awesome to see in runs.
Man, okay, I mean, we're joking with all the commentary bias, but getting 2 first tries out of these 2 guys, that is just amazing. I mean, as Muffin said before the run, we have a variety of different skill levels in this race because it's a relay race. Lay is currently the fastest person on the leaderboards, while Dogmeats is behind him. He has a lower time, and yet he was able to, unfortunately, of course, as a Juanita, be on par. And I think we're swapping on the right-hand side because it's Hoth 2 after this loading screen.
And you can see here now we're on Jaden Oam. So like I mentioned before, we're going to switch around players. We have a beautiful man in the upper left
side.
hand.
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah, on the left side.
On the left side. And we have an ugly man on the right side.
Who is actually a basketball player. I don't know what's going on there. He modded his thermal detonator to be a basketball. But don't worry about it. Look on the left-hand side. We see the same strat here. Once again, gives me the opportunity to a little bit explain what's going on here. So this level, actually, you're supposed to go into the sandcrawler that's standing around there. That's a really huge indoor part. Dogmeats giving me a little bit more time to explain this by falling down there into the gap. He's gonna wedge his character, or actually clip his character by jumping into the ceiling. Sorry, into the floor of the sandcrawler, into a loading, into a trigger. Sorry. And if you successfully manage to do that, it's going to make a bunch of guys spawn in the next room. And actually struggling with it a little bit here. Am I right, Muffin?
Yeah, having a little bit of trouble. The setup is quite precise. Over on the right, very just unfortunate. Jaden Ohm getting Tauntaun skip first try, getting over a nice invisible wall. We'll see that momentarily from the left-hand side. Meanwhile, on the left, Dogmeats using that thermal detonator in order to clip the animation into the wall in order to be able to activate a droid.
Sorry, go ahead.
Shoving the animation through again, trying to get the push, using Force Sense. This is a really nice strat from them. Very, very smart to be able to see when the droid is going to move.
There we go.
And there, the droid moves, spawning the final 6 enemies in the level, allowing us to get out.
Absolutely perfect by Dogmeats. And remember, part of the reason we love him so much is because of the donations that you guys enter in. I also want to mention, it may seem like Dogmeats...
Don't kill the droid!
Be careful. It may seem like Dogmeats is a bit behind, and he is, but that is also because...
Yep. Swapping on the left to the next runner after the load screen starts.
Yep. And an important thing to remember is the runners in each section have different skill levels here. So there's going to be time to catch up for Team Juanita as well.
Yeah. And the skill level, of course, on the left-hand side is much greater because it's Team Juanita that you're watching.
Oh. Yeah, they're just giving Carla a little bit of a head start, just to make things a little more dramatic.
And Jaden, he is cocky, as you can see right here, because he's trying to go through that hole, which is, of course, only one person in the world who can do that. That's me. Okay, getting lucky there, getting through that hole. Of course, wasting time because that's a really slow strat.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then over on the right, Jaden is going to be coming close to the end of his Tier 1 story missions. And then once we get into Tier 2, all of our primary Force abilities get a level up. So most importantly, that is going to include Force Jump. But Shaft on the left, Tau going for Tauntaun skip.
Yep,
wonderful.
Exactly.
And first try by Tau.
Oh, incredible.
Beautiful.
So what we're using is the Tauntaun, who has a speed boost, and we're able to get over a big invisible wall to skip a big part of the level. And that's just perfect. I mean, Juanita's always going to get that first try.
Laura is slightly looking different today. She's actually giving Jo a lot of trouble. And that means we're entering Tier 2 now. And in Tier 2, that means we have a different saber style. We can use spin glitch to our fullest, but most importantly, we can jump higher. And you're going to see that immediately on the first level here, which is Tier 2 Rogue. Am I right? Isn't that right, Muffin?
Yep, for sure. And we are going to see...
Two quick ones.
Oh my god, that one screen. 2 quick ones just for...
I like how he turned off his webcam so we could see it. Ooh, a nice crouch boost. I mean, ugly crouch boost there. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was just terrible. But yeah, once again, commentary bias is currently going on. If you would like us to celebrate Jaden Ohm instead of being massively disappointed by all of these cheats and modifications he's clearly made to his game.
Please donate to Team Carla, yes.
Yep. Please do.
Dude. Actually, I love Juanita so much.
Oh, it's tied! Yes! Okay, we get to celebrate both teams.
Okay,
right.
No, actually, I think
how do I do this?
No, we just shut up at this point.
Yeah, sorry. Until someone donates money, we're not going to talk.
No, I have to.
Okay, on the right hand side. This is some crazy trick. Oh, actually, I love what's going on the right hand side. So this is one of the hardest tricks in the video game. Tier 2 trip, you need to actually fling your character into the swoop bike in a very precise amount, and then get up on that very, very tall mountain. And there we go, going for the backup and get almost first try, and also getting the slightly slower variation to show off a little bit his beautiful basketball character.
Yeah, I want to mention some of these things may seem trivial when you're watching, but that sort of trick, when I was first learning the game, almost took me like an hour even to get one single time. Some of these things are just so unbelievably difficult, and it's hard to appreciate when you're watching a speedrun like this, but really, we cannot understate the skill of these runners.
Yeah, incredible. And doing those spin maneuvers there is going to allow Jaden Ohm to be able to maintain their speed. So if you see them spinning around in the air, that is intentional and that is a form of tech. Meanwhile, on the left, Tau Sky going for trip.
Ooh,
we're going to
disgusting
see
setup.
Oh yeah, I think this is the glitchy cheaty setup.
Yeah, I don't want to see this.
Of course,
using
Tau's
Force
struggling.
Rage because they're mad.
Because he's mad. The rage is
He's
just
mad because
naturally
of Juanita.
We are going to see on the right side, actually, another rage strat here. Much easier than the
Grip
first,
strat.
but still.
Grip
yes,
strat, yeah.
yes, that's what I meant. I'm just rage is on the mind because we have to watch Juanita play.
Yeah.
And they get on top of the mountain too. What is this?
But at the same time, Carla on top of the building, which is also an out-of-bounds strat. You can see here everything looks perfectly fine for Carla. They're using a really nice shortcut. He's a little bit low on force, but no problem. Nice jump cancel.
Oh,
Never
no,
mind.
Actually, big problem.
Never
but
mind.
That's okay. They're Carla's. They're the best. Unless you want to donate and make Juanita's the best, always
Yeah.
consider.
You could always do that.
It's up to you.
Just $25.
Twitch chat chooses. There we go. But yeah, meanwhile, on the right, Jade is going to be able to make it to the final boss in this level that is, funny enough, probably like one of the hardest fights in the entire game casually. However, just simply taking the E11 blaster rifle, using Force Sense, we get 100% accuracy, and we can just gun the boss down. So really nice strat from Jade Noam.
Yeah, that's just quick thinking. Knowing that it actually removes the recoil from the weapon to use Force Sense here, that's just so smart by Carla.
Yeah. Wow. Nobody knew that until just this moment when we watched them do it. Insane. Jaden Ohm is so
Soft
smart.
block. Okay, so Jaden Ohm, the master, of course, you just want to watch the right-hand side here. This is a beautiful level that he pioneered. There was traditionally always a little bit of a battle between Wedge and Rancor, and this is Rancor. He's really the master of the level. He has found so many strats and so many soft blocks, and that's why you put that soft block. And what's going on here, Muffin?
So over on the right, we're going to see Jane Ohm killing 3 of the prisoners at a specific time, and this is going to allow them to finish out without having to take one of the groups back. Then, rolling over the Rancor to get a nice speed burst, using another thermal detonator or basketball, I guess, to animation clip, then using Mind Trick in order to get the Rancor to be stuck there for the rest of the level, as long as we don't aggro it.
Doing some swag here on the way. Of course, basketball players, fabulous athletes. They can also walk on walls and jump off them and kick off them. It's just wonderful. Display of beautiful art. Don't be careful here to not touch any of these prisoners, though. If one of them dies, of course, Jaden knows that. I don't have to tell him.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Meanwhile, over on the left, we're going to see Tao just get on top of the roof.
It took so long.
Jeez, what are you doing?
You struggle with such an easy jump on that. Okay, I'm kidding. The jump is really hard.
The jump is really hard.
I had to tell you that because you guys, of course, want me to like Carla a lot more.
Just a reminder that the commentary bias, all of these runners are really amazing, and we're just doing it for fun. But also, if we're mean to them, it's Twitch chat's fault. So,
it's also
so if you'd
charity.
like us to be, if you'd like us to be nice and raise some money for charity, send those donations in for Team Juanita.
Yes,
but meanwhile, it's just like, this just is why I'm a bigger fan of Team Carla.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at Jade Noam hitting that trigger and getting out of the mission.
No soft block.
Throwing up some of those rocks.
Are we swapping here?
Yes.
Yes?
It looks like yes.
So swapping on the right-hand side here onto the next person, which is Abseudus. If I am not mistaken, yes, that's correct. And he's going to play one of the hardest missions, of course. For him, that's really, really easy, being a Carla.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how hard Team Carla has been working for this, and they absolutely deserve the win here. Like, no doubt in my mind. Like, there's nothing that could, you guys could say that could change my mind.
No, not even $23.33. I mean,
no,
that could never change my mind.
Oh,
actually,
never mind. I changed my mind.
Just like I was saying, Team Juanita is destined to win this race. Like, this is absolutely clear as day to me. Like, who would even think differently?
Something really interesting to mention, too, is we actually see a route deviation on the left side. We're going to see an entirely different level.
Pasco strats?
Oh
my god, almost.
Oh, he saved it!
Yeah, but he didn't go.
Cool.
I mean, you can go all the way over here in one big chain, and that's some old man stuff here that's going on. And we're going to see actually another really, really cool strat you would normally never see in an 80% run.
To the start of the level, by the way.
Yeah, of course, he's a Carla. Don't worry. But look on your left-hand side. That's much more beautiful. Anyways, the moon wheel that you seen probably in the glitch intermission. That's a first try. That's a first try by Tao. That's just wonderful.
Incredible.
And that trick, I mean, I cannot even explain how that works. It basically is a glitch cartwheel that sends you to the 0Z coordinate, which allows us to skip 2 elevators on this mission. Beautifully executed here.
It's very
it's really important to stress that setup is definitely very precise where you need to stand initially, where you need to land, and how you end up timing the quick save and quick load. All of that was just beautifully executed from Tao, and no surprise to me. I mean, like Team Juanita just showing their stuff and how much they've been working.
Yeah, and activating Rage here because he's really mad. Abseudus on that ledge. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I know why. He's on Carlo. Of course, that makes you mad from time to time. Also, coming out of this corridor with a little bit low force power, and he needs that force power for that trick.
Yeah, here we go. So this is going to be kind of scary for Absu because Absu is going to run out of force and maybe not be able to get over Cat Chasm. And he Stukers, but just barely misses the platform. I am not feeling bad about that at all, just simply because he's on Team Carla.
Yeah, but that trick is stupidly hard. I mean, as a Carla, of course, twice as hard because you're on the worst team. But Abseudus, as you can see on your bottom right side, is very low force power. The more force points you have, the higher you can jump. But he's, of course, getting some more force sweat, getting stuck. He needs to wait for his force. He's a little bit struggling. He's a little bit... Actually, never mind. I love him. I love him. Such a beautiful way of showing. Actually, we're swapping on the left-hand side. I completely blanked on that because I was too focused on the beauty that is Team Carla. Sorry, Tech.
Yeah, and just to remember, we're swapping between players each section. So we have a new player on the left, BenDee. Terrible. Let's watch Abseudus on the right with another really
tough jump here. You know that one shaft, probably.
Yes, this took me, I swear. I actually, at one of the ESAs, Hege Mege, a good friend, and Sajiki as well, taught me how to speedrun most of this game, and I sat for 45 minutes trying to get this crouch one single time. So seeing Abseudus struggle is no surprise. It's a very, very hard trick, but he's a Carla, so we know he can get it.
Look on your left. BenDee is hot on his heels. Of course, we have to watch here. Somi skip a second time. This time with Spindlich and Stuker. And actually, look on your left and on your right side. Split your eyes. If we're going to see here a first try, that looks good by BenDee. And first try, and actually BenDee goes over.
Get out! Got over there!
No, Abs is 1 HP! No, Abs, no! No,
he's
you're
raging.
gonna die!
No, it's fine, he's raging.
He's gonna run out, it's gonna run out. No, of course not, he's a Carla.
And we've seen the entire run, Carla ahead, and suddenly Juanita has taken the lead by some miracle. It's horrible. People need to donate to Juanita right now.
When Abs is so close! Oh my god, he's alive! He's alive! Oh my god, that was so close.
And neck, basically right next to each other here. This is incredible.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. So we're going to have play-by-play in the moment. BenDee on the left, we're going to see them come up here, and Kyle has to defeat 3 enemies, and then is going to potentially be attempting a very, very difficult jump. And of course, he's going to get it first try because Team Juanita is superior in all ways, shapes, and form. Meanwhile, on the right, we saw Absu just right on BenDee's heels.
Wow, they're actually in the same room right now. Look at this swag by Abs. Nice waiting for Kyle here. Just maybe 2 seconds apart, getting the push there, which is of course not working because he's a Carla and we love Team Juanita all the way. But that also means team on your left side, Juanita, they need a gap to the other team because DrMeowington is finishing for Team Carla. And of course, even though he's a Carla, he's an amazing player.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so BenDee being able to get Bill Doctorn skip first try. Major shout out to you, Bildo. Thank you. Very influential skip.
A little bit splicing right now, but I mean, that's good.
It's important. Juanita has to perform certain things to win. I guess we'll focus on the right side, even though it makes me feel sick every time I look over there.
I'm nauseous right now, guys.
Oh, guys. Oh, can we just someone donate to
Can we just get the left screen twice on the screen right now? Much rather look at this. Yeah,
like,
beautiful somersault.
I don't want to say anything, but that's one of my favorite frames I've ever seen. Oh, okay. But over on the right, we're going to see Absu coming through, getting some force swag. I don't know why Absu feels like he needs to show off. Probably because Team Carla is just kind of not good enough. So they really need to show off as much swag as possible. Force pulling these mirrors is going to allow us to go into our final story mission for Tier 2. Before moving on to Tier 3, do you want to tell us why Tier 3 is such a fascinating area, Saji?
Yeah, there are 2 big reasons why we see Abseudus here going for a big skip, which he might be able to perform with his low force power. Nice crouch climb there.
Yes. Oh no, and then falls back down.
But yeah, the big reasons are twofold. One of them is that we have access to the Stuka rifle in every single mission, which is a weapon that, similar to the Gauss in Half-Life, makes us able to launch in a certain direction. And the other reason is that we have access to Tier 3's force jump, which allows us to jump to the highest amount possible. But on your right-hand side, Abseudus, he has some really bad memories with that elevator.
And both teams now still pretty neck and neck, but BenDee with his incredible thought to splice the run has actually horrible thought to splice the run. I hate
that's cheating.
Yeah, they're cheating. Okay,
they should be disqualified.
Yep, yeah. Also, good to mention, Tier 3, some of the hardest levels in the game, so it's going to get really, really exciting. This game is hard throughout, but, you know, it's going to be some really cool levels coming up. And we've got another vid reset strat here, where there's a very hard boss fight you normally have to fight on the left side, but we're just going to, you know, run up and stab the boss. And there you go. That's the
Actually, a good old friend rush. And yeah, as you can see, we have dual sabers now. We're in tier 3. And I think the first mission the runners are going to go to is Hevel. Bounty, actually. Never mind. So in this game, you're freely able to choose the mission order. And actually, Jabba the Hutt is really a friend of Team Juanita, as it seems. Which I don't support. I mean, Team Carla, I hate Jabba the Hutt. He was one of my least favorite characters in Star Wars.
Yeah, he's just gross and like scary. It's like just tells you something about the type of people you'd expect to join Team Juanita, or
he's a gangster.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, who supports like gangsters?
Yeah, it's
well,
kind of
I'll tell you who. Team Juanita does.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll notice on the left side as well, a lot of spinning going on. It looks very cool. I mean, not when Juanita does it, but it's actually not just for looks. It's necessary to maintain speed across these flat sort of planes, when the other option is to slowly lower your elevation, which we're going to see from the team on the right-hand side, which is the more legitimate way to play the game. Juanita, basically cheating.
It's old school. I mean, Muffin and me, we come from a distant time long ago in a galaxy far away where there was only EB as the only movement technique available to the purest speedrunners that we are. But nowadays we have spins and crouches and, of course, Team Juanita, which is terrible. I mean, I hate Team Juanita. Remove them from the Jedi Academy community.
Yeah, Absu on the right, doing a great job with using these jump chains to go from higher to lower ground. Look at this, off of the box onto the ramp, setting up on top of that lamp allows them to jump on the ground.
Blocked!
Giving a kiss to Boba Fett here on the way. Very nicely done.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, we all like Boba Fett, right? Mandalorian, right? Of course we love Boba Fett here, and so Absu just showing some appreciation of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
I love him way more than Jabba.
Just want to mention,
yeah, me too.
Absu's really handsome.
Yeah.
That's all.
Meanwhile, BenDee, no idea how he looks like.
Yeah, who knows? He doesn't want to show his face. That's fine. I'm not going to judge. But
it makes sense as a Juanita.
Yeah.
You're a bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're supported by Jabba the Hutt. Don't want to show your face in this town. That sort of thing.
Gangster things.
And
yeah.
If you want us to be able to express what we like about Team Juanita, even though that list is probably very, very short, then get donations in, because we currently have a commentary bias going on with Team Carla leading by $8.32. So, of course, we just know that Team Carla is the best, right?
Well, we just know that Team Juanita is the best.
Yeah, it's a short list, but
yeah,
it contains a lot of love. I mean, even though they're currently not streaming in the best quality possible, it's just wonderful. I love having BenDee in this event.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, we know they're a handsome guy. We know they're great at the game, and we're going to see a Boba Fett fight on the right side that's going to go terribly.
Which is going to go horribly wrong, yeah.
The worst fight you'll ever
there.
see.
Yeah, just getting lucky.
Okay, actually,
so
really
Boba Fett has some different weapons to explode. What is the word I'm looking for? Has some different weapons.
Use to utilize. We're going to see
commentators.
a very cool level here.
I mean, maybe you should donate towards the commentators. They don't know what they're talking about.
Very
so
cool
here on the right,
yeah.
Absu is going to be moving into Hevel. This is a very vertical level with some really difficult jumps, so we are going to see how they do, especially upcoming here. Falls into the water, maybe taking a little bit of a bath.
Yeah,
to,
reference to you.
You know.
Yeah, gotta wash.
Yeah, I don't know why.
The grime off.
Yeah, and so here on the right, we're going to see Absu go for this big jump, waiting for the force, smiling a little bit. Yep, here it is.
Tough trick.
Double Stuker and missing it.
Doesn't quite make it. All right. So while we see Absu on the right going for this trick, we're going to see how long it takes them to be able to pull this off, because for all we know, Team Carla is probably like 5 missions ahead, because it's Team Carla, right? And we just know that they're superior in every way at this game.
Yeah, probably done with the run, actually.
Yeah, probably. We don't know.
And on this level, as you can see, Absu has to wait for his force power. He needs 46 force, but of course he doesn't know that. He's a Carla. He's waiting even more. It doesn't make any sense, but Shaft would have known that. Am I right?
Oh, of course. I know everything about this game. Oh, and we're seeing a really amazing level on the left side by Build. We've swapped over players. He's already done with it. We're not going to get to see it. And that's perfectly fine, because all I need to know is that Juanita is ahead.
That's true. And they're on BIS now. And it's actually pretty incredible right now, because after this mission, we're going to be swapping on the right-hand side as well. And that's where crazy thing is going to go down for sure because DrMeowington is going to have to catch up. Has a really, really tough task ahead of himself.
Especially as a Carlo.
Build that's going to be so crazy. I'm so looking forward to this.
Something interesting. Oh, go ahead, Muffin.
Yeah, go. No, you shall.
On the right hand side.
Something interesting to.
Wait, never mind. Oh, I think what they did. Sorry, I think what they did is they had somebody else play Biss, right?
Oh,
no, no, it's correct.
No.
It's all correct.
It's fine. So Build right now is going through Biss and is going through this level.
Amazing chain on the right side. We need to focus on this right now. It is so incredible. You can just jump through the whole level if you do it all right and no.
Oh, and missing it.
And of course he misses it because he's a Carla.
And he's a bad quick save as well, but DrMeowington, he doesn't have Protect level 3! Oh my god!
Oh my goodness, okay.
Early.
0 IQ. I've never seen anybody do that.
Very, very nice try. We have to be nice to Carla because they're just much worse at the game. Interesting level on the left side here as well. There's not as much exciting movement, though there is quite a bit of it still. But one thing that happens quite often is you're very low on health near the end. So something we may see happen to some of these players on this level is they die. And that doesn't come up super often in the run. And
and not to build, of course.
Oh, of course not to build. Build Nye, the most handsome guy. It's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely phenomenal player. And so we're going to see Builds coming down the chute, using Force Protect to mitigate 80% of damage, and then using a roll to mitigate a little bit more, then shoving a few rockets into these Imperial units before running up and using Force Lightning to be able to clear out the last few. Nicely done from Builds. Going to be moving on to the next level in a moment. Meanwhile, Meowington just entering this level as Build is exiting.
Yeah, and by the way, there's only a little $27 that make us maybe like DrMeowington a bit more because he has a tough task ahead of himself. Maybe want to support him a little bit. No, don't want the commentators to crap on him so much. But look on your left-hand side. Look at Tasker 1. What a beautiful level this is.
Looking at his objectives to remember what to do.
Yep. Yeah, one of the traditionally longest levels in the video game, casual, but look at Build flying through this level. Of course, all these gems, he has perfected them for 80 million years because that's how old he is, and that's how long he's been playing JK, and that's how easy it is for him to climb this mountain. There's only a single trick between him and the end of the level, and that's jumping on this bridge, which is invisible.
Yeah, and so here we go. Build taking out this enemy for a little bit of extra safety is going to be lining up, getting ready for this jump, has to start at the very top of the lane, and nails the crouch timing even though he can't see the bridge. Very nicely done from Build.
Yeah, absolutely insane. I want to mention again, like, these players make these tricks look so easy, but I mean, even getting on that invisible bridge, I spent 20 minutes the first time. How do you jump on an invisible bridge? It is very difficult.
By the way, it took so long to learn these tricks. Are you maybe on Team Carla? Because
I think maybe I deserve to be on Team Carla. Unless someone were to donate maybe, I don't know, $27 to Team Carla. Then I'd be on Team Juanita, of course.
Yeah.
But but definitely no surprise here that Team Juanita is in the lead. I mean, Build, just the caliber of runner they are, and then, but especially, more importantly, the team that Build is on, and that is definitely why Team Juanita is the best. It's just because they just are. They just are. There's no way that would ever change my mind.
There we go. Now Meowington's turn at Tasker 1. There's a big trick that you can waste a lot of time on. Of course, Bill is not out of the blue yet. There are some really hard things left, like this spin chain he's going through in this room. That's just amazing. I can't believe he almost got that. Of course, Juanita going for flex strats like this. Beautiful by Build. And on your right-hand side, Meowington struggling with the first jump. Going on the shower, actually has to reload a couple times here. As expected, another fail here by Meowington. I mean, that's just horrible. Why do you make me watch that, Meowington? Press the spacebar for longer. Oh my god, Meowington.
Meowington going for much harder tricks here, like an idiot. Just do the easy thing. And why don't you just like finish the level, buddy? So we're going to see Meowington falling quite a bit behind, but there he goes. He gets it.
But look on the left-hand side, grip strats here, missing the vertical red string, if I'm not mistaken, Muffin.
Yeah, very, very difficult trick. Activating Force Speed is not quite going to cut it because Allura will just activate Force Speed immediately, but gets an action lock, which is incredibly easy to do, and is able to take her down. And very nice.
Yeah, amazing job by Meowington.
Oh, yeah. That's who I was talking about. You didn't think I was talking about Bill.
No,
right?
no,
Like,
of course
30
not.
cents,
Oh,
guys,
okay,
come
good.
on.
And we're actually
Okay, I
getting
have
up
to.
the
I have to.
final
I'm
levels here.
sorry, guys. I have to interrupt you. On your left-hand side, this is probably the make or break trick in the run. This is probably also one of the hardest tricks on the run. It's unexplainable to you guys. I'm sorry if you've never had a PhD in JKA. I'm unable to explain to you what kind of magic is going to happen on your left-hand side, even though it's Team Juanita. Bill is trying to throw his saber here under the ground, hitting two players' pillars at the same time. It's a stupidly precise trick, and let's see. Quick save there, and that is not a first try. Of course not. He's a Juanita. He can spend so long on this trick. Meanwhile, Meowington breezing through. Tasper 2, Bill still struggling with Vrindor here.
Yes.
Yeah, this is especially scary on the left because the quick save was actually pretty close to the point where you want to do the turnaround.
Oh,
itself.
he gets it. So
wow.
lucky.
I mean, I know we're supposed to be biased towards Team Carla, but that trick is insanely precise, as Sad you mentioned. So Bill getting through there that
And
quickly
he
is
in
so
the
impressive.
final mission, and if he nails that chain here with the spin glitch, Stuker even saves the Stuker to be extra safe here, goes across the bridge. That is the final boss fight ahead of him, maybe 20 or so seconds from time for Team Juanita, and I think that is the 3-2 for Team Juanita, which I cannot really say too loudly because I really hate them, but I used to be part of them.
I mean, it's okay, just simply because it's Team Juanita, we're going to be adding 7 hours to their finish time,
Yes,
just
of
because
course.
they were already cheating. And that's
Time's coming
you're ready
up.
on time for builds. And
Team Juanita
time.
wins. There is the time on the left-hand side, and it's so close. Look on the right-hand side. We can't stop the play-by-play because Vrindor is coming up from Meowington. And let's see how he fares. Of course, we're going to see a first try here. Am I right, guys?
Oh, yes,
Oh, of
definitely.
course.
Oh, so
Look at this
handsome,
quick setup.
Meowington. He has a
Look at this quick
PhD,
setup.
like you
You
mentioned.
need to. It's everything about where you look, when you deactivate the saber, and that's a first
Yes,
try!
yes,
Oh
it's
my
so
god!
good, dude.
That was so cool, so casual, so fast. And there's only the last mission, which takes an experienced runner maybe like 27 or so seconds to complete. Look at this spin chain, double Stuker, actually single Stuker, double Stuker here perhaps. Spin chain continuation.
oh, he got the spin,
Oh!
and he got down the hallway. Wow, that is
Almost
incredible.
getting the continuation there, and also time coming up for the right-hand side here. This was such a close race, also such a close bit worse. Thank you so much, guys, for all the donations. Time coming up, actually loading back. He wants to show off a little bit more.
And here comes the final boss.
There we go.
Time.
That's it.
GG.
Flat
All right.
35.
Yep. Once again, claps in the chat for both of our teams. They put on an insane performance. Each of these modifications, the runners literally did themselves to make us laugh while we were doing it. So we hope you enjoyed them as well. But especially thank you so much for raising, it looks like just above like $470 for just the commentary bias itself. That is just absolutely amazing. We have so many great incentives for you to donate towards coming through. And I'm not sure if the Moonbase Alpha incentive got met, but me and
looks like it
Saji
did,
are
I
going to be
believe.
co-op running that, and it's going to be absolutely hilarious. So I hope you guys get that met so we can just meme all thousands of you.
Yeah,
but
and
thank you once again.
I want to also do a quick shout out here to all these runners. This is such a huge event every time. It takes us so long. It is such. I mean, it's just so wonderful that these communities are able to put these events together, all these different strats, all these different runners that we would never be able to showcase. It's such a wonderful thing. Normally, we would be able to pull the people into the Discord core right now, but that's unfortunately not going to happen today. But feel free to shout all of them out, post some whatever emotes that you like, hype in the chat, and thank you so much for all the donations.
Yes.
That was wonderful.
And I also just want to say thank you, ESA Tech Team. If you can't tell, switching between a bunch of different screens all the time, having 3 commentators, that is not an easy thing to do. And as one of the organizers for Hackathon, I can tell you, we've done relay races every year. They're always a hassle. This is one of the smoothest ones I've ever seen. So the ESA team is just absolutely amazing. Please chat. Anytime there are issues, realize they're working really hard and they're doing an amazing job. Thank you guys all so much.
But that being said, that's all from us. If you would like to check out Academy as a speed game, go to speedrun.com/JKA. You'll find all the beginners, resources, and stuff all on there. That being said, take it away, Argic.
Thank you very much. Thank you for an absolutely fantastic, totally non-biased race there. Not at all. There were plenty of donations coming through in that one. We will get to them in a moment. We are, of course, going to get to a quick break, but we will be right back after this.